to you, Jonathan.
Good morning.
Okay, you're thrust into the limelight as a 17-year-old on Britain's Got Talent. How old do you think you
Reporting from the Global Entertainment Headquarters in Los Angeles, this is a special investigative deep dive into the high-stakes physical and professional evolution of one of Britain's most successful classical exports. As we cross the threshold into the 2026 release cycle, the music industry is buzzing with the long-awaited revelation of Jonathan Antoine's newest health roadmap. The tenor, who first captured the American imagination during a viral 2012 audition that has now surpassed 152 million views, is no longer the shy Essex teenager we once knew. He has spent the last decade building a fortress of artistic independence, and today we pull back the curtain on a transformation that includes a radical 120-pound weight loss, a sophisticated new fitness regimen, and a calculated move toward the most ambitious stage performances of his career. Here is the 10-point investigative breakdown of how Jonathan Antoine is building the physical foundation for 2026 success. Shattering the stout tenor archetype. Reporting from the digital frontlines, we look at the literal weight of success. Jonathan Antoine has successfully shed approximately 120 pounds, a physical transformation that signals a total departure from the larger-than-life physical archetype often associated with operatic legends like Luciano Pavarotti. While his 2012 Britain's Got Talent debut, which has now reached 152 million views, initially defined him as the shy boy with the incredible voice, his current status is that of a fit, high-stamina athlete. For the American audience, who has championed him through PBS specials like Going the Distance, this metamorphosis is more than aesthetic. It is a professional prerequisite for his upcoming 2026 world tour. His vocal coach, the revered Joy Mammon, has famously stated that no tenor, past or present, possesses a better top C, and investigative evidence suggests this physical shift has provided the breath control and stability needed to keep that note resonant through grueling international schedules. By reclaiming his health, Antoine is essentially gaining decades of performance capability, ensuring that his 10,000th chapter will be written with a level of energy that reality TV stars rarely sustain. This initial weight loss serves as the anchor for his entire 2026 roadmap, proving that his gift was never a fluke of the spotlight, but the result of a disciplined re-engineering of the man behind the music. Crafting a diet for vocal longevity. The investigative trail into Antoine's weight loss reveals a masterclass in nutritional sustainability, eschewing the fleeting fad diets that often plague the entertainment industry.
Antoine's approach was rooted in a deep study of various nutritional theories, ultimately realizing that a long-term balance was the only viable path to protecting his $4 million independent empire. The foundation of his plan lies in a shift toward whole foods, incorporating a high volume of fruits, vegetables, and lean proteins while systematically reducing processed sugars and fats. Antoine has been remarkably candid with American audiences about the challenges of this journey, especially while living in fast food-loving America, where he initially found himself in a terrible state of health. To overcome this, he implemented a plan that prioritizes nutrition as fuel for his vocal instrument, allowing for flexibility on special occasions to ensure the lifestyle change remains permanent. This strategic dietary shift is a primary driver for his 2026 success, providing the sustained energy levels necessary for long recording sessions at legendary venues like Studio 2 at Abbey Road. By viewing his diet as a tool for his art rather than a punishment for his body, Antoine has achieved a level of metabolic health that supports his soaring tenor voice and increasingly complex international release schedule. From 10,000 steps to stage stamina, fitness played a pivotal role in this transformation, but it was not an overnight achievement.
Investigative research shows that Antoine initially struggled to find an exercise routine he could commit to, describing himself as a very big fella for whom heavy exercise would initially tear me up. To overcome this hurdle, he adopted a gradual movement revolution, settling on a rigorous daily regimen of 10,000 steps, a goal he has missed only 3 days in over a year. As his stamina improved, he expanded his fitness horizons into running and strength training, creating a well-rounded regimen that balances endurance with muscle tone. This fitness evolution is a critical asset for his 2026 plans, especially the leaked Choreographic collaboration scheduled for July 2026, which suggests he is preparing for a more dynamic, movement-based stage show. The cardiovascular foundation he has built allows him to sing physically demanding pieces like Nessun Dorma or Empty Chairs at Empty Tables, while maintaining the lung capacity required for professional stage acting. For American fans who saw him in cities like Thousand Oaks and St. Petersburg, the difference in his on-stage energy is palpable, signaling that he is physically prepared for the miracle of a global tour across multiple oceans. Neurodivergence as a catalyst for health. In 2022, shortly after his 27th birthday, Jonathan Antoine received a diagnosis that would recontextualize his entire life and weight loss journey. He was diagnosed with autism. This revelation provided what he calls a daydream of understanding and a profound sense of relief after a lifetime of feeling reclusive and reevaluating the unimaginable peer cruelty he faced since age 4. Antoine famously uses the matrix metaphor to explain that every individual views the world through a different lens or tint, and this diagnosis finally explained why his sensory experiences were so divergent. Investigative observers note that this mental clarity significantly impacted his relationship with food and body image, allowing him to understand the sensory and emotional drivers behind past behaviors. For his 2026 roadmap, this self-awareness is an incredible strategic asset. He has become an advocate for neurodiversity, using his children's books, Jonathan the Porcupine and Jonathan and the Magical Cape, to teach self-worth. This alignment between his mental health journey and his professional mission ensures that his upcoming tour will be a platform for authentic human connection, spoken through the unique frequency of a man who has finally found his place in the world. Unlearning the trauma of bullying. A significant aspect of Jonathan Antoine's roadmap to 2026 success was the radical transformation of his mindset, specifically unlearning the negative self-talk fueled by decades of childhood bullying.
Reporting reveals that he utilized positive affirmations and visualization techniques to perceive his health journey as an opportunity for personal growth rather than a punishment for his past. Initially dropping out of school, rock bottom, and not fitting any stereotypically alpha male mold, Antoine had to reclaim his identity as a lover of the arts and an everyman with an extraordinary gift. His newfound mental fortitude is the key to his career plans. It gave him the confidence to reject quick fame in favor of technical mastery and independent control over his art. This mental reframing was bolstered by finding inspiration in others who had successfully transformed their lives, creating a mental environment of resilience. For the investigator, this is the most compelling piece of the 2026 puzzle. An artist who can conquer internal demons is an artist who can conquer the world stage. By the time 2026 arrives, Antoine will stand before his audience not just as a singer, but as a living testament to the power of a disciplined success mindset that values kindness above all else. The analytical rigor of a sovereign artist, Jonathan Antoine's transition into a $4 million independent powerhouse was managed with forensic precision, and he applied that same data-driven approach to his weight loss.
Investigative research shows that he recognized tracking progress as an essential component of his transformation, utilizing food diaries, fitness apps, and simple notebooks to maintain a comprehensive record of his efforts. This documentation allowed him to perform high-level self-reflection on which strategies were effective and which needed adjustment, much like his meticulous vocal training sessions. Crucially, Antoine did not wait to reach his final goal to recognize his hard work. He celebrated small victories along the way, such as better-fitting clothes or enhanced stage stamina. This analytical mindset is the same one he uses to manage his career under Loki Records, where he avoids outdated industry strategies in favor of modern platforms like YouTube and Twitch. For the 2026 World Tour, this habit of tracking success ensures he stays on peak form, allowing him to monitor his vocal health and physical readiness with the same precision he used to lose 120 pounds. Harnessing the power of the Fantoines. Throughout his journey, Jonathan Antoine recognized that reclusive isolation is the enemy of success, leading him to build a strong community and support system. Investigative evidence highlights that he sought solace in people who shared similar goals, gaining motivation from the collective energy of others in both fitness and artistic communities. This reliance on community is a direct reflection of his relationship with his fanbase, the Fantoines, who have supported him since he was 17. Fans who attended his 2021 U.S. tour stop in St. Petersburg, Florida, described the evening as a Christmas wish come true, noting that his voice is eclipsed only by his kindness and excellent character. For his 2026 wedding and tour, these fans are already signing up for waitlists on Ticketmaster and Stereoboard in record numbers, proving that the demand for his return to the stage is at an all-time high. Antoine remains remarkably accessible to this group, hosting live streams to answer questions and sharing personal updates personally. This communal strength ensures that as he enters 2026, he does so with a massive, loyal infrastructure of support that values his kindness and excellent character as much as his extraordinary voice. Fitness as the foundation for July 2026. As we pivot to the actual execution of the 2026 World Tour, it is clear that Antoine's fitness transformation is his greatest strategic advantage. Investigative digging into his upcoming projects reveals a tenor who is just getting started at 30, with plans for a choreographic collaboration and a new solo album tentatively titled Galleon, or Against All Odds. The physical demands of these plans are unprecedented. Galleon represents a ship going places, a metaphor for an intensive tour schedule across multiple oceans.
Without his 120-pound weight loss and the resulting surge in stamina, the leaked choreographic shift for July 2026 would be physically impossible to execute. His newfound fitness allows him to deliver flawless versions of Puccini arias like Nessun Dorma with the lung capacity of a master, while his contemporary selections like Unchained Melody showcase a personality that can whip a crowd into an ecstatic frenzy. Furthermore, his work on a feature documentary led by David J. Baird, which explores his resilience and courage, will serve as a powerful promotional tool, humanizing his vocal wizardry for a global audience. This integration of physical readiness and creative ambition positions him as the most formidable tenor of his generation. Funding a sovereign health journey. In an investigative look at the economics of Antoine's transformation, his path reveals a masterclass in independent financial building. Eschewing traditional label models, he has built a sovereign economic powerhouse worth an estimated $4 million. This wealth is anchored by a massive digital presence, including a YouTube channel that has surpassed 88 million collective views, generating significant ad revenue independently of label control. This financial autonomy is critical to his 2026 roadmap. He possesses the capital to fund high-concept productions, like the unboxing of a new vinyl test pressing in December 2025, and his dream honeymoon to Japan, without corporate interference.
Managed exclusively by his mother, Tracy, and sister, Charlotte, Antoine has maintained a family bubble that ensures his art is never traded for quick fame. This stability ensures that when he steps onto the stage in 2026, he arrives as a successful entrepreneur and a sovereign tenor at the height of his physical and professional powers, proving that financial health is the silent partner to physical vitality. The mature tenor and the 2026 success legacy. In conclusion, the Jonathan Antoine heading into 2026 is an artist in full bloom, a physically fit, mentally clear, and sovereign titan of classical crossover. From his heroic 120-pound weight loss and 2022 autism diagnosis to his $4 million independent empire and upcoming New York wedding, every investigative data point suggests an artist who has successfully navigated the matrix of sudden fame to find genuine happiness. He has famously refused to trade his art for quick fame, instead choosing a path of technical mastery and emotional honesty. Managed by his family and operating out of a home studio, he has achieved a level of creative freedom that allows him to experiment with everything from technical death metal to children's literature. As his official 2026 calendar begins to sell out in the USA, the world is waiting with bated breath for the 10,000th chapter of his journey.
Jonathan Antoine is no longer the underdog who lost BGT. He is the champion of his own life, proving that the key to 2026 success was never just the voice, but the discipline to rebuild the man behind it. Whether singing in Ho Chi Minh City or an ancient amphitheater at Ephesus, his message remains the same: be kind and revel in how beautifully different we each are. 2026 will undoubtedly be the year of the Antoine Renaissance. All financial statistics, weight loss data, and tour rumors are based on investigative estimates and official disclosures available as of the December 2025 reporting cycle. Official tour announcements and the final track list for the 2026 project are subject to final confirmation by Antoine Multimedia Ltd.